Churches and organizations' response. When the problem of poverty seems completely overwhelming on an individual level, we often turn toward our religious and community organizations for solutions. But believe it or not, strength in numbers does not always mean there's an easy answer to serving the poor. The mountain can be just as daunting to climb. Our poverty expert, Beth Templeton, has learned firsthand how difficult it can be for a group with the right goal to do the right thing. Let's take a look at the organization Beth helped to grow. Today it is a model of outreach, but it took a while to get there. Bordered by the natural beauty of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Greenville, South Carolina is a medium-sized city with resurgence in downtown living, which is where United Ministries is centered. It offers emergency bill-paying assistance, a day center for the chronically homeless, and adult education.
We've been around since 1970 and have learned a lot of lessons. Our mission for United Ministries is to provide life-changing opportunities. That's it. We can't change anybody's life, but we can provide them opportunities.
One opportunity can be found at their Place of Hope, which offers basic services every weekday morning. It's a place to get a shower, use the phone, or get clothes washed.
Then these washers, when they come out, you don't know if you're going to get what's full of toilet tissue, maybe smoke pipes, Surratt's money.
Sarah does about 7 loads of laundry every weekday. She says she thinks of it as washing Jesus's clothes.
Put them in the bag and let me get your name and I'll take them out and put in the washer and wash them for you.
The facility often serves as a mailing address too.
Anybody can sign up to get their mail checked here, anyone in the city of Greenville. And it seems like sometimes we have everybody in the city of Greenville.
If the staff begins to see the same people come in every week, they encourage them to work through a program called Back on Track, where they receive intense case management.
You have a blessed day too.
All of this is supported by volunteers and donations.
I couldn't imagine estimating the cost if we had to buy all these supplies at retail. It would be more expensive than what we could handle. So really rely on people bringing us in this stuff.
When the Place of Hope first opened, it hit a few snags.
It took us 9 years to figure out, and we learned an awful lot of lessons the hard way, and we were very slow learners. We got rid of the sofas and chairs and we put in tables and chairs, but tables and chairs encourage people to sit around, drink coffee, play cards, read the newspaper, and hang out. We realized we've been washing people's clothes for 6 years. We had park benches out front, we had coffee. Sugar actually was a controlled substance at the Place of Hope because addicts have high carbohydrate cravings, and they were stealing us blind of our sugar. And finally, it's like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be helping people emerge from their situation. We're helping them be homeless. Finally, we were seeing 200 people a day in the Place of Hope. I did not know who was in charge over there. I knew it wasn't staff. Staff knew they were not in charge over there. They felt like all they were doing was playing the gimme game. Gimme towels, gimme soap, gimme a bus ticket, gimme.
They closed the center and reopened with new rules. Today, there are very specific guidelines for serving the homeless. And when a person is ready to take advantage of opportunities, there is a staff ready to help.
So this would be 10 feet by 14 feet.
One way United Ministries helps is through its successful adult education courses. An entire building is dedicated to helping people get their high school diplomas, pursue higher education, or prepare for employment.
Through a lot of trial and error, we now have an adult education program that has no structured classes, no attendance, no homework. Students can drop into the facility during the hours that the Learning Center is open. We have volunteer teachers and tutors. Because we got out of the way of our students, now we are seeing great results. Right now, our GED students are earning 1/3 of the GEDs earned in our county.
Living on the edge of poverty can mean that even the slightest emergency can devastate a person.
We do the last $75 of rent a utility bill.
That's why United Ministries offers emergency assistance. They help with bills once a year.
You don't have any?
The first time you come, we likely are going to help you. The second time, we may or may not help you with your bill, but we're going to be asking what's going on. Because remember, we want to help you, but that doesn't mean we're going to keep paying your bills. So if you don't have a job, there is no problem. We can help you get a job. If you don't have any education, no problem. We can help you get your education. The third time somebody comes back, we likely are not going to help them with their bill unless they can prove to us that they have done something for themselves.
They also help with emergency food assistance and prescription medications.
When we're packing food bags, we put enough food for the family for at least 3 days, 3 meals a day.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Today, we have viable programs that really do help provide opportunities for people to change their lives.
Today, Beth takes her knowledge and helps other organizations work through the complexities of outreach efforts.
If an organization or a church decides to launch a program to respond to poverty, the model can be a simple service or something much more grand and complex. But before you move forward, there are some questions you need to answer first. Are there enough people involved to help support the planning and implementation? Do you have support of church or group leadership? Why do you want to do this? Are there other groups in your area that are doing the same thing? The last thing you want to do is duplicate what somebody else is doing, particularly if they're doing it really well. If duplicate services are needed, see if you can learn the best practices from the existing organization, or consider partnering with them. Is there truly a need for what you want to do in your community? Who's your target group? Whom, how, and when shall you serve? Is it going to be geographic specific? Adults? Children? The more specific you can be, the better. What services do you want to provide? Social activities, childcare, pay bills? How often can a person or household receive services? There are so many other things to think about. The intake process, the organizing of volunteers, standard procedures, and especially the budget. In my book, Loving Our Neighbor, I go over many of these things, including how to do a benevolence evaluation. But if you decide to help, there are 3 V's that will help you operate more effectively. The first is vendor. If your group decides to help with funds, always mail the check directly to the vendor. Do not give the person cash. The second V is verify. Do your best to verify the story, and always verify the identity of the vendor. The third V is voucher. Develop a voucher system for food and gas. This allows you the ability to make sure that the money is going for the expressed need.
We started this series because we wanted to be servants of God, but we didn't want to be taken for suckers. No doubt that's why you've participated, and I hope we've given you a good start in doing just that. But there are no easy answers. It is almost unthinkable that poverty exists in America, the richest country on earth. And yet, it not only exists, it's getting worse. And that means the issue of poverty will not just go away. People of compassion and faith will be called to lend a hand, particularly in individual circumstances. This is not just something we can do. It is something we are called to do. And by responding to that call, we not only give a blessing, we receive one. I leave you with one and only one discussion question. Where do we go from here?